So, brief company background and issue. The company was founded in Cambridge, Idaho in 1933 by Charles Hunley I. It is now being run by the grandson Charles Wesley Hunley III. Hunley Incorporated has been manufacturing mid-priced freshwater rods for the sport of fly fishing since 1954. Their target market are avid fly fishers between the ages of 40 to 65 and those willing to give the time and money to the sport. The company is currently facing a dilemma of declining revenues and units sold. So we were presented with two options. To combat this issue, Charles Wesley III has presented two mutually exclusive projects. The first option is introducing a new higher priced line of fly fishing rods made from a new graphite compound. I'm going to have trouble saying this word, but at the Tikaluk River line. And then the second option is to expanding distribution of a new low-cost line of rods into Walmart. So time is running out, and a decision needs to be made fast in which direction the company needs to move forward in, because they can only choose one. So Hunley was viewed as a medium to high-quality freshwater brand that provides good value. The public in the past has viewed them as a high-quality supplier. When the company was originally founded, they were primary vendors of fishing equipment and offered local guided fly fishing expeditions in the surrounding area. In 1954, Charles Hunley I decided to enter the fly fishing market by releasing their own rods that use fiberglass emerged as an alternate to bamboo. Fiberglass was in comparison Fiberglass was much more inexpensive in comparison and had the potential of making the sport available to a wider audience. Having background expertise in the sport, Charles Hunley I was able to craft rods with action and responsiveness that soon made the Hunley brand a household name among serious anglers. Hunley concentrated on freshwater fly rods aimed at a variety of anglers, from relaxed to competitive. Their rods were priced between $200 to $800, with an average retail price between $400 and $500. Their pricing was consistent with many of their competitors for a quality fly rod, but the most prestigious and profitable brands had higher average pricing. Hunley has always been reluctant to raise their pricing. So speaking of the competitive advantages, the company has historically been known for having high quality products and sold at affordable prices. The company provides strong point of sales support to its specialty retailers and sponsored fly fishing clinics at many of them. Management believes that Hunley differentiates itself by using the most advanced materials, for example, using titanium. Large retailers like Dick's Sporting Goods are becoming more important to all market segments, so management has decided to offer Hunley specialty stores the same pricing it provided to its largest retailers. This is just meaning just more discounts available. This policy has helped strengthen Hunley's relationship with specialty stores. Now, the challenges facing Hunley. Their method of advertising is a bit outdated. They focus mainly on print specialty fly fishing magazines, but the issue is they're not certain how effective these ads are given the technological climate. The company is failing at marketing, which in turn turns results in the company's equipment and products to be considered mid-tier. Management has concerns that avid anglers might not view Hunley as a top tier in the industry. The company does not feel that they understand the motivations for why consumers choose one brand over another. And there are many substitutes in the fishing equipment industry, such as LL Bean, Dick's Sporting Goods, etc. Competitors are beginning to introduce and promote higher priced rods targeted at avid fly fishers. This is just meaning higher profit margins to retailers and placing them in better display locations throughout the store in comparison to other brands.
So I was tasked to put together a high-level marketing plan in case Hunley decides to move forward with a higher tier GB rod. For this plan, they need to put an emphasis on the rod's high-quality components, build the prestige of owning the GB rod, put ads in upscale print publications, significantly increase search-based ads, and focus primarily on their specialty fly shop distribution network. Starting off with the price point, $800 is a reasonable place to start. If anything, they could increase it more since at $800, the rod is still less than the competitors' high-end rods. Their article mentions that small product differences, such as titanium fittings instead of stainless steel, made minimal performance differences but did allow for competitors to charge higher prices. With that in mind, Hunley should be able to charge at least $800 for the rod as long as they put emphasis on the exclusive GB graphite and any other high-quality components they use for the rod. One other point worth mentioning, Hunley's president mentioned concern of the GB rod cannibalizing some of their medium-tier rod sales. Some overlap will likely be unavoidable, but I believe that the more they increase that price gap between the two rods, the less likely consumers will buy one rod over the other. There are a few ways they can build the prestige of owning the GB rod. First off, they can create ads that promote an aspirational lifestyle rather than their old strategy of a great product with great features for a great price. Then they can put a variation of these ads in more upscale publications such as the Wall Street Journal. These publications are more likely to have affluent readers who want to have the best and most prestigious products on the market. Finally, they can build prestige by simply getting more professional anglers to use the rod. It's the tried and true strategy of, it's the best when the pros use it. In addition to advertising in more upscale publications, Hunley should significantly increase their search-based advertising. This type of advertising is great for targeting very specific consumer demographics, plus it is much easier to track leads and the success of their ads. No matter where they put their ads, they should vary their ads so they can quickly find which ads work better and start using those more. So given what I've covered so far, here's what the new marketing budget would look like. The print budget would stay the same, but just be split between their normal publishers and the new upscale ones. Search-based advertising will increase fivefold up to 150K, and their sponsorships will double to 200K. The final part of the GB marketing plan would be a focus or possible exclusive deal with the specialty fly shops. We know that from data provided in the article that avid and competitive customers prefer to shop at these stores compared to the larger retailers. Fly shops are more likely to showcase rods with more margin, which the GB rod has. And if they do choose to do an exclusive, they would really benefit that already great relationship they have with the specialty shops. So based off this information, I'd highly suggest that they prioritize the specialty fly shops if they choose to move forward with the GB rod.
Okay, so taking a look at the Walmart option. So firstly, some reasons against going with Walmart. The first reason is brand loyalty. As you can see in these different market segments, Avid is the segment that is traditionally the target market for Hunley. And that segment, along with the competitive segments, are at the higher end of brand loyalty, while the beginners and occasional segments, which are the two segments reached through Walmart, are on the lower end of brand loyalty. And in addition to this, because Walmart is not a preferred place for avid fly fishers in that segment of the market, it shifts priority away from their traditional target market focus. Some reasons for it really comes down to the opportunity for Hunley in diversification. With the 3,000 store initial offer, they can reach so many new customers, and they can really grow this occasional market, which, as you can see here, has the highest percentage of the market, the biggest size of all the segments, but relative to the avid market, which Hunley has been focusing on, has a much lower percentage of sales. And so there's a lot of room and opportunity for growth here. So what would the marketing plan look like for this? So the target customers, as mentioned, would be more focusing on the beginners and occasional segments. The message would be all about accessibility, both the physical accessibility of the stores having these rods across the country, as well as the accessibility of the lower price. The mix would be print, online channels, and social media. And then with this $1 million budget to develop the plan, 60% of it, the majority, would be focused on online and search-based because of the efficiency, the measurability, all of the metrics that you can gain from those. 40% print, as traditionally done, and then 10% social media and sponsorships. And this 10%, this little amount for social media being added into the marketing would really get the message and ads out for Hunley fishing rods to people that know very little about fly fishing and who maybe are not actively searching for fly fishing, but who could become interested in it. And then the last thing to point out about this marketing plan is that it shifts from Hunley's traditional mostly print to mostly online. And that's just a reflection, again, of accessibility with the technology and the internet.
Thanks, Grant. So I'm going to talk on sales profit margin risks from this decision. First, we look at the decision's impact on sales at a high level. Deciding on Walmart provides Hunley the opportunity to increase overall sales by embracing that fly fishing sales have been shifting to larger retail stores from specialty shops since 2000. And in general, American consumers continue leaning towards the convenience and affordability that Walmart and Amazon offer. Hunley's previous focus has been on those specialty fly shops, but again, specialty shops are losing that market share. So it'd be wise to diversify and open yourself up to those 96.5% of potential fly fishing consumers by adding those beginner and occasional fly fishers to your current avid fly fisher market. And you're also kind of creating a pipeline there. If they appreciate that entry-level product, it may even reduce some of the barrier to enter the next Hunley tier, which is also positioned at a great value. Looking at the numbers of sales, we look at the simplified income statements provided in the case and added a few columns there in blue. including the initial order of 72,000 and the proposed annual sales of 100,000 rods in the next year. These 100,000 in sales will not remove or cannibalize the original 2018 expected since they're in a different consumer market. So we just ended up adding the 6.5 million in sales, or near 25% increase in projected 2018 sales revenue. As we move on to profit margin, in the case, they note that the relationships with the Chinese suppliers would make the cost of the rods from anywhere from 24 to 32.50 per rod. So we have that modeled out here at high, medium, and low cost. I want to focus on the proposed annual profit here, which would be considering 100,000 Walmart units sold and yield somewhere between 3.2 and 4.1 million in additional sales, or anywhere from 23 to almost 30% in gross profit increase for 2018. Similarly, we're looking at a 24 to nearly 37% increase in EBITDA, which is higher partly because of the paying a 3% sales commission for large retail stores instead of that 5% commission for large specialty store, or for the specialty stores. And lastly, we want to kind of focus and consider the strategic risks and start with the lack of expertise in what they're moving into with mass distribution. They're going away from that controlled manufacturing to working with international suppliers and creating a new supply chain to accommodate that large of a number of volumes. They're selling almost 2 times as many rods per year with this new product line. And similar to the entire staff, marketing, administrative, sales, etc., have never worked in this product line or market. So there's still a lack of expertise in how they're approaching this. In addition, the customer's perception of our brand can be impacted as well. Are we going to lose some of the avid fly fishing customers by selling cheap rods at Walmart? Can we separate out those marketing efforts in separate product lines? We're moving a focus on a market with moderate brand loyalty and shifting to weak or no loyalty with customers. And we're also trying to reach 97% of the consumers when we've had a previous success with a narrow focus. Employees may also have issues as well. How does this impact our mission as a family organization that's built this brand and reputation with high quality products? Previously, they thought they differentiated themselves with careful craftsmanship. What are you sacrificing here by outsourcing your manufacturing? Do the employees, teams, and other stakeholders get frustrated with this new service line? But all these risks are weighed, but ultimately, buy-in from the employees and the new customers you may bring on, if executed correctly, Walmart will increase sales revenue, gross profit, and EBITDA with this decision, which may even open up a possibility to return to a prestige product line in the future. Thank you.